Merry Christmas! This is your coach, Tammy Stacklehouse. I wanted to pop in here really quick and make sure that you're aware of our 10-day free Fibromyalgia Wellness Summit that is happening in just a couple weeks. If you're not familiar with what a summit is, it's basically a virtual event where expert speakers share presentations or classes. You can think of it like an online conference where there are several classes over a few days and you don't have to go anywhere. Since this podcast only releases new episodes every other week, you can think of the summit as 5 months worth of podcast episodes condensed into 2 weeks for you. This is going to give you a lot of information pretty quickly that can help you feel better faster. And if you are familiar with summits, this is not going to be like one you've ever attended before. As I set out to create the summit, I really wanted it to be different in 3 important ways. Most of the summits I've been to, it's a lot of talking heads, meaning experts that may or may not understand a real person's situation. It's usually extremely overwhelming with like 80 speakers in 3 days or something ridiculous. And you have to go to their website, listen on their time frame, and do it their way. And fibro brains and bodies don't always work according to schedule like that. So here's how we are handling those 3 things. First, all of our speakers are real people with fibromyalgia, and they are people who have found ways to get better. So yes, we are experts in our particular areas, but before we were experts, we were patients, just like you. And we are still patients, right? We still have fibromyalgia. Second, we are only going to have 1 speaker each day. I want to keep this super accessible for our foggy fibro brains. So there's 1 speaker each day. Third, we are holding this summit as a private podcast. So what that means is you are going to be able to listen to the summit exactly the same way you're listening to me right now. So it's going to be super accessible. You can listen in your pajamas when and where you want. You can listen to it from bed. It doesn't matter. You can listen anytime, anywhere. And I believe these 3 differences are going to make this summit a lot more fibro-friendly and a lot more useful for you. If you have ever been overwhelmed or confused at a summit or unable to attend the events on the day and the time specified, this is for you. With 1 speaker each day delivered to you by private podcast, you can listen to it anytime, anywhere, and you won't be overwhelmed. If you've ever felt like the expert speakers, the talking heads, didn't understand you or your fibromyalgia, this is also for you. We all of our speakers are real people who really have fibromyalgia and have real proven ways that they have gotten better. And we cannot wait to share all of that with you. If you've ever purchased access to an online summit but left them unplayed on your computer, that would be me, this is for you. If you set up your podcast player to not delete these episodes, you will have access to the event recordings forever. Right here where you're listening to me right now. No more being stuck at your computer, having to go to a specific website or listen to it at a specific time. All of that will be so much more accessible. We are going to be right here for you. Now, you do have to register for this event. It is not automatically going to come to you as a podcast listener. So to register for free, go to fibrowellnesssummit.com. And I'll put that link in the show notes right here in your podcast app so that you can access it super easy. Now, be sure and register before the end of the year, and you are going to get a free copy of our VIP Action Guide. This is going to help you apply what you're learning in the summit so that you can see a change in your own fibromyalgia symptoms. If you register after December 31st, this will only be available to our VIP members. So be sure you register before the end of the year. Now, speaking of VIPs, if you're the person who wants all the access to all the bonus materials, again, I'm raising my hand. I almost always register as a VIP because I want all the goodies, right? So you can sign up as a VIP. This is totally optional, but a VIP pass does come with extra perks. It's $147 and it includes a bonus live class with me, and our VIPs are going to be choosing the topic that I teach on. It's also going to include a bonus online screening of the fibromyalgia documentary Invisible with a live Q&A session with Nick Demas, our director. The tech that we use for the screening is really cool, and it lets us chat during the film as well as during the Q&A. So it's a great place to experience community as well as watching the film with our director. Most importantly, our VIP All Access Pass includes a backstage pass access to our private VIP green room. This is a private pop-up Facebook group which will allow you to interact with all of our speakers, all of our other VIP members, and with me. You'll be able to ask questions, get support, and really just experience the community that I've been talking about here on the podcast. Of course, we can't give you medical advice in our green room, but think of it as, if you were going to go to a live event and you had a backstage pass to the green room, that's where all the speakers are hanging out. That's where the hosts are hanging out and the other VIPs are hanging out. So it's a great way for you to interact with all of those people. And if you sign up as a VIP, you will also get that VIP action guide that I mentioned earlier. But if you sign up as a VIP before the end of the year, by December 31st, you will receive access to our VIP green room 1 full week early. That means you'll have an extra week to connect with me, our speakers, and our other VIPs. Again, the VIP pass, it is totally optional, as the free option does give you all the event recordings sent directly to your favorite podcast app. But if you want access to the VIP green room, a live bonus class with me where you get to choose the topic, and the bonus screening of Invisible with a Q&A with our director, be sure and choose the VIP option. Again, it's just $147. To register, go to fibrowellnesssummit.com, and remember all 3 S's right in the middle there, fibrowellnesssummit.com. Now, be sure to register for the event with either the free or the VIP option by December 31st to get those free bonuses. And if you register for the free event by December 31st, you're going to receive that copy of our VIP action guide to help you implement what you learned during the summit. And if you register as a VIP by December 31st, you'll also gain an extra week in our VIP Green Room Facebook group where you can connect with our community. Just speaking to you from the heart here, now that I've, told you about the summit, this time next year, you could feel a lot different than you do right now. I literally help people feel better every single day. I have never worked with someone who did not improve. Now, sometimes it's a little bit, sometimes it's a lot, but to give you an idea, the students in my Certified Fibromyalgia Advisor class, they improve an average of about 50% in just 3 months. In 3 months, your fibromyalgia symptoms could be cut in half. Graduates of our Certified Fibromyalgia Coach class, they improve an average of about 75% by the time they graduate as a coach. And those are the people who are going to be speaking to you during this summit. They're going to be sharing a little bit about how they did that. Could you imagine this time next year having only a quarter of the symptoms that you have right now, or maybe even having none? Some of our coaches are even in remission now, like I am. So we would really just love to help you feel better. That is why we do what we do. And so I hope you will consider joining us at this summit so that you can see who we are, learn what it is that we've done and how we work with our clients and with our students, and hopefully decide to join us and feel better. Have a great Christmas, a happy New Year, and whatever else you may be celebrating this holiday season. And I will see you back here on the 31st for our regularly scheduled episode, which will be all about goal setting, which is perfect for our new year. See you back here next time.